Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special watch along. Because our watch along last time was so good, we decided to do it again. But this is part of our summer series. Jim is here, and joining us today is my co host from That Wrestling Show. You've heard me talk about him a lot of times. I finally brought him in. Fro is joining us today.
Hello.
How are you doing? So we're watching New Year's Revolution 2007. So everyone wants to get into their WWE network and just started at the beginning. We'll give a countdown in just a little bit. Real quick, Fro, the choices were this one, SummerSlam 1998 and Backlash 2004. What made you choose this one over the other two, if there was a reason?
Yeah, I have never seen a New Year's Revolution before, so that was the reasoning.
Okay. All right. So, Bill, I think people are ready. Why don't we give them the countdown, and then everyone hit play when Bill says so.
All right, and just so we let everyone know, be at the 1 second mark on the network. So, with that said, we're going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
All right, so I don't remember that much about this event. As we're watching the intro here, apparently it's dragon themed.
Well, I mean, it's a revolution. You got to have a dragon.
Every good revolution has a dragon.
Sure.
I learned that, yeah.
So this is Bill, you told me before we went on the air here, this is the last of the New Year's revolutions. I think the most famous moment from any of them was the Edge Money in the Bank cash-in, which was the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not that. So I don't, when you saw the cards, what did you guys remember, if anything? Obviously, Fro, you didn't even watch New Year's Revolution, so you don't know.
No, I'm very known as the guy that has not seen any wrestling before 2010. So
there's only two things I remember from this. The main event match was Cena and Umaga, because Umaga was on a roll at that time.
Right.
And I think this was the rematch with DX and Edge and Orton, which is going to end up with something happening later on. We're not going to say it now, but
I vaguely remembered that the Cena when I read the Cena versus Umaga, it made me think that I actually bought this pay-per-view because, as you mentioned, Umaga was on a huge roll at that point, and I think I bought it because I was for sure thinking that Umaga's winning the belt on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're seeing highlights of like you mentioned, the Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus Edge and Orton. This was the terrible fucking new and improved D-Generation X. Yeah, when I read that, I was like, oh God, it's them. But I don't know any of the matches other than that.
Yeah, those are the only two things I remember. Everything else is a blur.
So, have you seen this match before?
I'm pretty sure I have seen this pay-per-view before. What do I remember? And when I mean saw it before, I mean back in whatever date this was in 2007. And I probably haven't watched it since.
And you, Bill, have not?
Yeah, I have never seen this show before.
Why don't we get some background on the show? What day was this? Where is this? Bill, can you pull up some information on that?
Yeah, this was on Sunday, January 7th, 2007. It was in Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
Of course.
Where else would you have a New Year's Revolution?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly where I want it to be.
And the poster, for anyone that's curious, is Shawn Michaels and Triple H as looks like George Washington and Benjamin Franklin.
Well, I would hope that. Oh God, no! I was going to say that I hope it's Shawn Michaels as George Washington, but neither of them, both of them, always lie, so they can't say I never told a lie or whatever George Washington said.
Right.
So this is interesting. We're starting off with a tag team match. Not tag team match, sorry, steel cage match.
Yeah, with Jimmy Nitro. Or Johnny Nitro.
Nitro.
Yeah. Who's that? Never heard of him before.
That's Melina.
She's known for she's known for spreading her legs.
Sure.
More ways than one.
You won't see it here though because of the cage. At least I don't think you will. It's part of her entrance. She would put like her left leg on the canvas and then the right one totally spread as far as you can and then slip her way into the ring. That was how she entered the ring.
So when did he go from Johnny Nitro to John Morrison?
I believe it's later in this year, actually, because he replaced Benoit the weekend that Benoit had that whole thing where he ended up killing his family and himself, and he beat CM Punk to win the ECW title. And I think it was like a few nights later or the next week, he was like, I'm no longer Johnny Nitro, I'm John Morrison.
I mean, I would love to have that coat, just to have those numbers on that coat. It is one very, very ugly coat.
So he'll be fighting Jeff Hardy, and this is for a title, apparently. The Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, the Continental.
I
have no clue who's going to win or anything, but let's hope it's dope Jeff Hardy.
And you know what it just reminded me of? Jeff Hardy went to go high-five a fan there, and I forgot again about the Randy Orton NWO knockoff shirt. Where it's the black and white. It's the same thing as the NWO shirt, only it says RKO on it.
Yep.
So, Fred, what do you think? What do you think of Jeff Hardy in general?
I was a very big fan of him in TNA as he did the most like amazing things, especially when he was the Joker ripoff. What was that name gimmick again? Willow, yes. Willow that talks a little like this all the time. Yeah, and of course, brother and Jeff Hardy, of course.
Brother Nero.
I mean, I just think that's when he was at his best. I am extremely happy that he is in. At least his brother is in AEW. But I think he's boring and trite now, and I wish he would go back to being funny and stupid.
Well, I think the problem is, I think you hit the nail on the head, is the fact that this is 2007 Jeff Hardy. It's not much different than 2020 Jeff Hardy.
No, and that's kind of the problem. There's no evolution of him at all.
And you know what? I guess there was a little bit. I was going to say the same kind of goes for his opponent here, which is Johnny Nitro. But I mean, John Morrison if he becomes John Morrison, let's say later this year, which Bill's saying, right, 2007. Again, another one that's not much changed between 2007 and 2020.
I mean, this could be a match on Raw today.
Today, right.
Yeah. and this is from 2007, so it's like, yeah, it feels a little dated that they are both in the company.
I mean, it's to be fair, though, like there are, though, ways that a wrestler can, back then, kind of reinvent themselves, but in like current WWE, there's a lot of times that I look and I'm like, well, this is kind of the same stuff as you were doing 10 years ago. And granted, back in 2007, I probably loved this because I was still probably into Jeff Hardy and still into Johnny Nitro. But when you don't have character evolution or progression, whatever you want to say, you just don't care in 2020. Then.
Right.
Is it me or is that ring a little bit low?
I never even noticed that.
It feels a little low to other kind of matches like this I've seen before.
You could be right. That's one thing I don't usually tend to notice, but hey,
I
now that you're
nitpick at the weirdest things.
well,
No, it's just the height of the wrestlers. Like normally, there's like if they climb, there's like a lot of climbing to do. Here, it seems like it's 1.5 their height.
Right. Yeah. Now that you brought it up, like looking at it specifically, and I definitely agree with you because I'm looking at the height of the top row versus the top of the cage, and I feel like it's not that far.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that far at all. Seems a little wedge.
So this was gonna be one of my questions. Was this? I was curious if this was one of those cages that you can win by escaping, because sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. We just saw Johnny Nitro go for that, and we got that guy. It's in the front row, not the front row, but
the sign guy.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name.
I wonder what he's up to. I don't see him that much anymore in paper.
He probably gave up on the product like most people did.
He might have. That is something that'll be interesting, once they do allow fans back, especially on like the pay-per-views, if we'll see like green shirt guy and the clown that Noelle Foley is dating and those other people.
No wonder why he always gets a good seat.
Noelle, you could do so much better than dating a clown.
Are you hinting on something? Yeah. I mean, she's not the best looking daughter in WWE history, but she's close.
Who would you say is the best looking daughter?
Of all time?
Well, I guess it would have to be all time because Noelle Foley's not in WWE currently, so sure.
Good question.
You know what? We have like 2+ hours if you want to come back to this.
Yeah, exactly.
We can.
we don't have to figure that out.
How old is Stephanie's daughter?
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
No,
I guess maybe Noelle. I mean, I
don't know too many people's daughters. I guess that's my problem. I don't know who's.
I have a weird. I have a very weird like to Ric Flair's daughter, of course, but
Charlotte.
Sure, okay.
Charlotte. So
I knew her.
I mean, she would probably be on the list.
I'd go Stephanie myself.
All right.
Yeah, Stephanie, definitely. Yeah.
What other daughters are currently, not even just WWE, and I know this might date itself because we actually don't know when this is going to air. Hell, there could be fans in the arena at this point. Obviously, you guys know that from our conversation that right now as we're recording this, there are no fans in the arena. But right now, who's like, name me, just because I guess I don't really, I'm not in the loop of that stuff. So who's like the daughter of someone that I would know?
Tessa Blanchard. You're a huge fan of
Sure.
Tessa.
Oh yeah, Tessa, of course. That's my number one.
Who else?
Of course.
I'm trying to think.
That is I mean Tessa. Hoo-ha.
I know Paul Ellering's daughter is in wrestling, Rachel.
Okay.
I've seen her a few times. She's good looking.
No, the correct answer is Tessa Blanchard.
It might be, actually.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys think of any other ones, they're not using the cage as much as I thought they were, but they are having some spots every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a very weird drop kick that I was gonna mention that just happened with Nitro dropkick Jeff Hardy like into the cage, but it felt really, really soft for some reason. As I say that, Nitro goes into the cage. I don't know what they did that would warrant this as a cage match, by the way.
Yeah, I wish I remembered. You know?
Well, you would think if something truly bad happened, it would have been in a video package beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm very happy that it's not painted red, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, that Hell in a Cell
We have that
match.
discussion, Jim, every year for the last few years with the Hell in a Cell, how it is now painted red.
It is? Oh, I didn't know that.
It's painted red, and last year they had painted it red, and the match lighting was red.
That's what I saw. I saw that much. Yeah.
Yeah, it was impossible to watch the match.
Yeah.
Because everything was red.
I can only imagine. Like, I didn't actually watch it. I know which match you're talking about. I think it was like The Fiend against Seth Rollins, which everyone hated apparently. As a match, I mean,
because we couldn't see it.
Well, I mean that definitely could affect things. Sure. Oh, this is a good question. Which one of these? Because since none of us remember this match at all, and Fro hasn't even seen it at all, I was gonna say who's gonna be the one to dive off the cage, but I think we're about to find out. That's not really a dive. It's a powerbomb.
No, that's not really a dive. Yeah.
That was a
because
good spot.
Both of these guys are divers, so
yeah.
I think we're gonna be surprised it's gonna be Johnny Nitro that dives off the cage.
I mean, I think Jeff is more known for his high flying.
Oh, for sure, yeah. He's jumping off of things.
Yeah, because Morrison or Nitro is more of like a parkour guy.
Parkour.
Well, I don't. Yeah, but I don't think he's that right now.
No. Oh, no, not anymore.
Oh, no.
Years ago.
Now he's most famous for the slow-mo shot.
Right, yeah, that's still. Oh, here we go. He's trying to climb out of the cage. This might be our dive coming up here.
I mean, this is what I mean. See how easy he gets to the top there?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it should be a little higher.
He's hanging upside down.
Wow. That's actually pretty cool.
Did he bang his head on the cage?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He bangs. Oh, baby, he moves.
Well, he's moving right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what is Melina doing?
She's whipping the cage that apparently will hurt him.
You're a bad cage.
I think it was. Now that I'm thinking of it, I guess that's a belt, right? That she was.
Yeah, it looks like a belt.
For a sign guy, he's not raising any signs.
Yeah, it's a little. Well, he might be pacing himself for the night.
You know what? That's going to be my thing. For the next 2 hours, I'm going to make note of how many signs he has. Because if he has, like, one, then I don't know if he should be called Sign Guy.
He
already has none for this.
I used to play against him on Words with Friends.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How are you at Words with Friends? Or how were you?
You're
a 3-letter word guy, aren't you?
I try to get like 4 or 5.
How was he? Did he destroy you?
Yeah, he beat my ass almost every time.
I'm very bad at word with friends, but I'm dyslexic and I'm not American, so.
That's definitely a disadvantage.
Yeah, 2 things going against me.
Especially the American part.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely that.
Ooh, I thought he was going to go to the top of the cage.
I thought so too. I think the
Yeah.
fans did too, because they were like all up on off their seats for that one. Maybe I'll be shocked that maybe Jeff Hardy doesn't do a fall off the top of the cage.
Maybe.
Bill, what do you think of that?
I don't know, because, like, you're in a cage. Like, okay, I guess I'll allow it because it's a title match.
Okay.
If it's a non-title match, then I'd say no.
And for those that might have missed it, what happened was Hardy covered Nitro, and Johnny Nitro put his foot on the rope, therefore breaking the count. So, like, should that be allowed in a cage match?
I don't think it should be.
We need to get the WWE rule book and see what the call is on that.
I mean, I'm sure the WWE rule book constantly contradicts themselves.
I know they did release that.
Did they really actually release a real book?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would love to
Many
see that,
years
because I
ago.
guarantee you I could find contradictions in that entire book, just like how we did an hour and a year and a half podcast on the Royal Rumble to establish that it changes the rules every single year.
It does. It really does.
I'm not going to say it because I don't know if this is going to air before or after the finale. But the thing I'm most shocked about is how they got to Kane's number of eliminations.
Oh boy, that was
I
quite
still
the
can't
journey.
do that. All right, so look, now here's Nitro's chance to go to the top and dive. Will he do it?
Those boots, though. Jeez.
Are they?
They are
fake
not
fur or
made
real?
for walking. I hope it's fake fur.
I'm gonna say it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that Cody wore to the ring though.
Oh, Melina. How I
Don't
don't
open
miss
the
you.
door, baby. I'll give you a
I know,
kiss,
it does look like she's seducing him. Oh, Nitro's keeping it closed with his foot.
That is very cool.
That's pretty good. Oh!
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 And Hardy wins.
Wow.
That was a good ending.
Yeah.
That was a very good ending.
So now I'm curious what they're going to put on next, because of the fact that they're going to need time to raise that cage up.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't like
Probably
jump
a promo thing.
I guess.
Yeah.
Big shout out to the WWE Network here, because I tried once again putting it on closed captions, and now all it says on the bottom left of my screen is skip intro. And also I can't see what the time-wise I'm on with this pay-per-view. So big shout out to the WWE Network there.
Amazing.
We're about 22 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine still says 00000. Good job, WWE Network.
So when does Melina go to the Hall of Fame?
It will
Probably tomorrow.
It will happen.
There's no requirements or credentials. She'll go in tomorrow. Put her in.
I mean, she will still not be the worst person in the Hall of Fame, so...
Well, yeah,
I mean,
that's
like,
true.
I mean, yeah, like I said, we're going to go on and on. I definitely go on and on how all the WWE Hall of Fame is meaningless and garbage. So...
Oh, it's so terrible.
Well, because there's no committee. There's no committee that votes them in. There's no requirements of like, hey, you have to be retired for like 2 years at least. There's absolutely nothing. It's just, hey, I feel like putting you in. You're in. Oh, Todd Grisham, right? That's
Yeah.
I haven't heard that
I
name.
don't remember what his name was.
Well, Bill, you have the advantage here because your closed captions actually worked. So you're going to tell me what Edge and Orton are talking about.
All right. So they're talking about why this has become personal with DX. Edge calls Todd a chump stain.
Cool.
they formed to take DX out. They plan on being rough for years to come. That's why I said closed caption.
So who is the worst person in the Hall of Fame according to
anyone in the celebrity wing? Because the celebrity wing shouldn't even exist.
I agree to that. I think also everyone in the Warrior wing.
Oh, not even the kids.
Well, yeah, because that's not even what the Warrior wanted that award for.
I know.
He wanted for backstage people, the people that don't get recognized, that work just as hard as everybody else and does the exact same hours.
Oh, I know,
if not more, because they do editing.
Leave the kids alone.
no, I'm with Fro. No,
I
agree.
Actually, now that I think about it, the last person that did get the Warrior Award was someone that worked in the company. So.
Well, so how many people have that award?
Like 5.
Okay, and who was the last person that got it?
A lady who works for WWE, like charity.
Yeah.
Okay. So and who was the first? Give me the other guys.
Okay, Connor.
I'm sorry, not guys. I'm sorry, because they could be women.
Connor was the first one.
All right.
Yeah.
So pure pimping out their charity work. Cool. Okay. Cool.
The second year was Joan London.
Okay.
Was he the wheelchair guy?
No, that was the next year.
Oh yeah.
Well, what did Joan London do?
Oh, she she had breast cancer, and she has a charity to fight breast cancer.
So it's an award so you can promote your charity. Okay, so far. Who's the third one?
The wheelchair guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, the Highlanders.
Because he was paralyzed in a college football game, and like he has devoted like his life to that. He will walk again someday.
All right, good for him.
And the fourth one was another kid. I think JJ was his name.
Yeah.
JJ Abrams?
No, not Jimmy J. Oh God,
no. that would be funny. Yeah.
That'd be great, actually. Well, so what did JJ do?
Oh,
I think he also was like he got some money.
He had like some kind of cancer as a kid, and like he's short for his age. He's not a little person, but like his growth stunt, So.
Right. Okay.
But I think maybe, and this is maybe controversial, but Coco Beware should not be in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I think that's actually not controversial. I feel like a lot of people have said that. I don't really have a worse person because of the fact that I think the entire WWE Hall of Fame is bullshit anyway, so I don't really care.
Yeah,
the celebrity wing. That's like that.
Yeah, but I mean, of wrestlers, like Coco Beware, really?
Well,
like,
I mean,
Bill, who's yours? Who's yours, Bill? That's a good question.
See, that's the thing. I'm trying to think in my head who it would be.
By the way, also one thing I'm confused about with the Hall of Fame, and by the way, just so everyone knows, right now it's the Highlanders versus World's Greatest Tag Team. It's pretty good to see the Highlanders on here. I'd forgotten all about them. In fact, no, I think it's next year, because this year 2007 would have been WrestleMania 23.
Right, that would have been the Battle of Billionaires.
Right, and then next year is when this team's done, because Rory shows up at an Impact taping.
And then they're like, "Oh, look who's in the Impact Zone!"
And he's like hiding his head, and it's like, that's it, he's done. He was wearing a hat too, if I'm not mistaken.
God, I'm still trying to think of the worst one. Because I was gonna say Johnny Rodz, but he trained a lot of people.
Oh yeah, no, Johnny Rodz is a good pick. I mean, he had one. He was a jobber his entire career.
Yeah, but he did train like the Dudleys and Tommy Dreamer, among others.
Still jobber his whole career.
You know what else who I also might say is a worse? Anyone that's in there twice, because that is stupid as hell too.
Yeah, that's very lazy.
Well, then let's talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because there's a number of people that are in there twice.
Yeah, but at least there's qualifications there. And I would argue for, or requirements, I should say, even if if you don't necessarily agree with them, at least there are requirements there. Tell me the requirements for the WWE Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
What about the Blackjacks? Should the Blackjacks
Yeah, they
be,
should be in. They
Probably,
should,
yeah.
Yeah. Tony Atlas. That's it. Tony Atlas.
Oh, that's a good pick.
I am sure
Very good pick.
he is a nice guy. He's probably a sweet guy. But actually, I will tell you a Tony Atlas story, because we've got time here. When I did a convention up near Baltimore, he was one of the guests that were there, and you could get autographs and stuff. So I'm sitting at the table, and he's leaving. And there are a couple of little kids that come, talk to him, and they look at his rings. So he talks about what each ring represented. So he's like, this ring is my powerlifting ring for the, powerlifting Hall of Fame. This ring is my Wrestling Hall of Fame ring. And this ring is my Marriage Hall of Fame ring.
That's pretty funny.
That is. Funny. So I can't really, I can't hate Tony Atlas the person. He seems like a really nice guy. But him in the Hall of Fame is like, eh.
Yeah. I will shock you by saying my worst celebrity is Drew Carey. I actually think that he deserves it less than Trump. I mean...
Well, at least Trump got physical at his appearance. Drew Carey, all he did was just stay... Well, we talked about it. He stands around, and then he gets scared. He tries to offer money, and he eliminates himself. And
so he has one elimination in the Royal Rumble, which is way more than some other people did.
Right. Because at least, with some of the others, like William Perry, he was in a match. So, Pete Rose got chokeslammed by Kane 3 years in a row.
Also, the other thing is Hulk Hogan in the WWE Hall of Fame? Because at one point he was kicked out, was he not?
No, he
was kicked out.
How does that work out?
That's a very good question.
Well, Jimmy Snuka, if you look at the .com, Jimmy Snuka is not on there.
Right, so right now he is not a... How about Moolah? Because I know there was a lot of controversy with that. Is she also not recognized as a WWE Hall of Famer anymore?
That's a good question. Let me check.
That's what I'm saying, is there's not even a process of here's what happens when you're out, and then here's what happens if you're back in. Because I'm pretty sure Hogan's probably back in. But what do we got here? Oh, look who it is! Oh, this must be Team Gauntlet. What the fuck?
Jim Duggan is super crazy. Yes.
Why?
Who knew we needed his team?
Apparently I did. Right now I need it.
One of those should not be in the Hall of Fame as well. Also. I'm sorry.
So this match apparently, even though I didn't see anything of any rules, like a graphic or anything, it's a regular tag team match, and when someone loses, a new team comes out.
Mm-hmm. So it's a gauntlet then.
Right. Come on, Duggan, you can do it.
Come on, Duggan.
I would love it if this is what I forgot, is that Duggan wins this entire thing.
I'll do my impersonation of our conversation I had with Duggan. What's your name, Bill? Well, you going to the Hall of Fame tonight, Billy? No. Oh, I'm going to the Hall of Fame tonight, Billy. He was so nice. He really was.
I mean, it kind of sounded like he was provoking you. He's like, well, you're not going, I'm going.
I wish I was, because that was the year Bruno was getting inducted. But
that's one of the best years.
No, Duggan was really cool. I
he
think
seems
he
like
was the only one who gave a free autograph.
Okay.
Was it
I forgot that
or a free picture. I don't remember. But...
I forgot that Duggan was so active during this time, because now that I'm thinking about the time period we're in, isn't this also, this has to be later in the year where they do the McMahon limo thing and then the Benoit stuff happens.
Yes.
And then it turns into McMahon's illegitimate child, and somehow Hacksaw Jim Duggan was in the running for that.
Yep. Yeah, I think we like discussed like how Vince is like a few years older than Duggan, so unless
that's what made it funny.
Oh my god.
You know, I think while he was a very fine worker in his time and a wrestling mainstay for many years, it does not have the body of work that should justify being inducted to a Hall of Fame at all.
Fabulous Moolah is still on .com in the Hall of Fame.
Interesting. All right.
Oh,
come on.
All right, who do we? Okay, we got Murdoch.
This is Murdoch and Kate.
Especially if you look at the rest of his inducting, like the same year was Shawn Michaels, Abdullah the Butcher, and Bullet Bob Armstrong. Yeah. Like, and then have, like, Hacksaw there? That's a wedge.
I don't know. Like I said, it goes back to me saying, what justifies anyone being there? Nothing, because there's no requirements or credentials.
What about Bill Watts? That's a good one.
I mean, I feel like I hear everyone badmouth Bill Watts that, like, maybe he shouldn't. Like, everyone seems to not like the man. Actually, from what I
Ross.
Yeah, right. What's your Jack Ross?
Bill Watts, he gave me a chance. He made me a referee first, and I got promoted to janitor. And then he made me referee again, and I was a ring announcer by God.
Do you think that this is too early, that this is when Murdoch steals Petey Williams' move? Or do you think we'll see it?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think it. I think it's too early. I think because I remember, like, all of a sudden Murdoch pulled that out, and I was like, oh, I get it. This is the show that this big, out-of-shape guy can do that excellent move that Petey Williams can do.
I loved Trevor Murdoch. I still do, actually.
He's still wrestling?
Yeah, he's wrestling on NWA right now.
Oh, that's why I don't know it. Okay.
Yeah.
He's still a good wrestler.
I'm anti-NWA.
Well...
Oh, it's actually pretty good, the YouTube thing. Oh, so good.
How many people do you think how many teams do you think are in this? Like, do you think this is... So we've seen, 4 at this point, right?
I'm going to guess we've got another team or 2.
It has to be. Probably 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know anything?
Which teams will it be?
Hopefully another team like Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Super Crazy. I do not remember them teaming at all.
That was such a surprise. I was looking at earlier before we started the card. Do you guys want to know what the dark match was?
Please, I love the way to hear dark matches.
It was Vladimir Kozlov defeating Eugene.
Wow. What a match.
Kozlov, who, no joke, was one of my favorite wrestlers at one time.
I never thought he was that bad. It was just he had no personality. That was the problem.
Right.
Him with Santino.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about that team. Okay. Because that's when he turned good. I'm pretty sure he's banned at this point still.
Although, to be fair, like, his defining moment in WWE might be...
It's the Tea Party. The Tea Party, come on.
Might
the Tea Party march.
Cost Triple H the WWE title, and the fans gave him, like, the biggest pop of his career.
Right.
By the way,
and
just
the Tea Party.
I don't remember the Tea Party. Actually, I don't even remember the other thing, but the fact that it made Triple H sad makes me happy. I I noticed the sign guy, once again, for another match, does not have a sign.
Oh, I just saw him walking across. Looks like he went to get some concessions.
Or maybe he's going to make a sign.
Maybe. Do you guys remember that time he was on Deal or No Deal?
No.
Yeah,
he was on there. And some of the WWE wrestlers were there to be like the supporters for him.
Oh, God.
I don't remember.
Here he is.
He's back.
I see he's coming back.
I don't
What is
remember
his
how much
name
he
again?
left with, but
Everyone's
his
excited.
real
Who's
name?
this? Everyone's excited about whoever's coming out next.
oh,
Crime
Crime
Time.
Time!
You know what? I could see them being the last competitors now that I'm like really thinking about this.
Oh, I miss good time.
I liked this team. I always
Yeah.
did. They were such a good tag team.
Yeah. They worked good together. I
Man,
wonder where
JTG
they are.
And man, JTG stayed with the company what seemed like forever when they weren't
Yeah.
using him. It was so funny. And he used to do like a countdown of like, the last time I was on TV was like 150 days ago.
I think there was even a website that somebody created of like, is JTG still with WWE?
Yes. I think I followed them. I think they were on social media. I was like following them. I was like, it's a good account. Good idea.
What is he doing now?
JTG is, what is JTG? I assume retired.
That's a good question. Thank goodness I got another computer here I can use.
Oh, thank God. How many computers do you have, Bill?
Well, I'm borrowing my dad's.
Okay.
He has 2 computers and no headset.
Apparently.
Oh Lord.
And a broken toe.
Well, actually, the toe's a lot better.
I don't even know how, I tossed and turned all last night because I could not sleep because there's a lot of stuff going on in my family. And when we're currently recording this, there's a lot going on in the news and stuff with work. So I just couldn't sleep. And I was tossing, turning. I moved from like one side of the bed. I switched positions where your head's like where your feet would usually be. And now I'm starting to think, God, how in the world did he hurt his toe? How did he hurt his toe? Like, I don't get it.
Actually, he's on the Independents.
Really? With who?
Oh.
MLW?
Game Changer Wrestling.
Okay,
Never heard of.
they're not really a game changer then.
This was 2019, so it's been at least like the last year.
How about this? Can you tell me the card for the last Game Changer wrestling event?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look that up.
I really want to know that as well.
I want to see how much of a game changer this promotion truly is.
Yeah.
So, Fred, you're aware of Crime Time, but did you know? Maybe I asked this. Do you know Cade and Murdoch, the other team?
No.
Just from NWA for Murdoch. You
Right.
did say okay. I mean, they weren't around that long, to be fair. I feel like they didn't have a very long life, and neither of them really broke out as singles, like how WWE usually tries to make that one guy the main singles guy. That never really happened with them either.
Let's see.
I love this, like, pushing towards... Oh, dirty tricks. Dirty tricks.
You don't really see them
Nice.
that much these days, I feel like.
Nice. Very, very smart.
I'll be really excited if they put him in like an abdominal stretch and then he just holds his partner's hand as like the dumbest thing. I'm like, or you know what else me and my friend loved? Me and my friend loved the fake tags. Like when the referee wasn't looking and they would just clap their hands together. Like, I'm like, is it really that much of a savor to do that than it is to actually just touch the man's hand?
Okay, their last show was a tournament.
Okay.
It was the Acid Cup 2.
Oh!
It was for Trent Acid.
Oh, okay. I
Let's
was gonna say the winner gets acid.
Oh, the finals.
The winner gets to get high.
The finals was Chris Dickinson beating Blake Christian.
Mhm.
They also had a clusterfuck battle royal. That's the
Oh, this is a game changer of emotion if I ever heard of it. Go ahead, continue, please.
Wow.
All right, let me tell you who was in this.
You mean the clusterfuck battle
Yes,
royal, right?
yes.
Okay.
So Nick Gage won it.
Okay.
He beat the one called Manders, Atticus Cougar, Benjamin Carter, Cole Radrick, Dalton, Ellis Taylor, Jimmy Lloyd, John Cena, Lucky 13, Pitbull's Corpse, Sanchez, and Stauffer.
I'm just glad John Cena lost.
Sorry, did you say John Cena?
Yes.
Look, he lost. He put someone over. I'm impressed.
That's a game changer.
That is a game changer, to be fair.
Not the real John Cena, I hope.
Probably not. Oh, we also...
Wait, is it spelled differently? Is it like Sena?
No.
Okay.
We also had a social distance rules match.
Wait, when was this event?
March 20th?
Okay, so this was like right when the pandemic started here in the States.
Yeah.
Or not when it started, but when people like actually started getting scared of it, and now we're putting people on lockdown basically in their homes. Okay, so who's part of the social distance match?
Joey Janela beat Jimmy Lloyd.
All right.
Alright, let me see if they had anything.
But who is this John Cena fellow that they are tricking people with?
Fro's hung up on this. It's like when they brought in the new Razor Ramon.
Right.
How are they allowed to say that John Cena is on the pay-per-view? That's another thing.
It just makes me think that the spelling's different, and maybe it's only right where Bill is reading it from. That's why I said Sena. Crime Time wins.
Yay.
I'm looking for Sign Guy because I have yet to see a sign from this man that's named Sign Guy.
Oh man, I wonder how John Cena felt about losing a battle royal.
Okay, so
Especially in the promotion he has never probably heard of.
guys, I have confirmation that the Sign Guy does have a sign because he was just looking at it,
Yeah.
but not enough strength to actually raise it up, and now he's not doing it. Look at him. He's not doing it. He's just clapping.
Come on.
What a disappointment. So you want to tell Fro about John Cena losing the Battle Royal, Bill? And who John Cena actually is in Game Changer Wrestling?
Yeah, let me go. Because he actually did eliminate somebody in that match when I was looking at it.
And it's the same spelling as well?
Yeah, the same spelling.
How are they allowed to do that?
But are you looking at the official poster? Because I can see, like, if you look at if there was a poster for this, there's going to be something.
There probably isn't a poster. Let me go back. Let me look at this.
So my assumption here is that because Crime Time won, they're probably the number one contenders.
Right.
Bill, we got a Vince segment. Let's see what he's saying. My coach Vince.
Look, I got a magazine with Rosie O'Donnell on the back.
Oh no! Is this the Rosie versus
Oh, is this where they're
Fudgy the
match?
Whale? Oh no!
Are they making this match? My good friend Donald Trump and Rosie O'Donnell, they're everywhere in the news.
Wow.
Oh, man. Oh, is he going to make this match?
I love how that Butler just stands there. He looks very familiar. Where have I seen him? Oh, it is Coach. Okay. I'm like, I've seen him before.
Wish my closed captioning was working. What's going on, Bill? What's he saying?
All right.
It's coming out of WWE, so why don't you resolve that everything should be resolved? Let's resolve this with physical abuse. Yeah, I'm right. I'm too. Monday Night Raw. Donald Trump
versus Rosie O'Donnell.
And then there's Fudgy the Whale. Doesn't Fudgy the Whale get involved in this?
Yes, that's the match. Oh my God! So they made the match on this show. Oh.
It was a fake Rosie, wasn't it?
Yes, and a fake Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But what's funny, Fro, is the guy who was Donald Trump in that match ends up getting a job for WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was that again?
Oh, that was I think that was Ace Steel.
You're fired. The best catchphrase of all time.
Speaking of catchphrases.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay, he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame either.
He is in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he definitely should be. He was the first black champion in WCW.
Yeah. That alone should get him.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So John Cena.
I mean, I think people should be mad that he's the first black WCW champion has been relegated to the guy that says "damn."
That's true.
Go ahead, tell us about John Cena.
Okay, so in that match, he eliminated Sanchez before he got eliminated by Atticus Cogar.
Sure.
So.
I think Fro really just wants a picture of what John Cena.
I really want a picture.
Let me see if as we look at Kenny Dykstra trying to be Ric Flair.
Exactly. I'm wondering if that's who he's fighting.
Who is this?
This is Kenny Dykstra. Don't you know who Kenny Dykstra is? You know, the great Kenny Dykstra.
No.
Do you remember the Spirit Squad at all?
Okay.
Do you remember the Spirit Squad at all, Fro?
The what?
The Spirit Squad.
Yes, I do.
He was the leader of the Spirit Squad. He was one of the head cheerleader.
There we go.
Bill, what's Kenny Dykstra saying?
I think it's like Ken. Oh, what is his last name?
Dykstra.
That's right. Oh man. Anyway, I found the picture.
All right, send it over to Fro, and then Fro will give his reaction on John Cena's new look.
I'm going to guess he doesn't look anything like John Cena.
I want him to be big and fat. That'd be great.
Or small and Mexican.
He might be stiff as a board.
What? The literal what? What is that a face? Oh, it's a mask.
And whose face is that?
John Cena.
All right, so it looks like Game Changer Wrestling promoted the right thing.
That is one of the most stupid things I have ever seen in my entire life.
Where did this event run? Do we know them?
In New Jersey.
Really? I'm gonna go with Game Changer Wrestling. Where is it? Where in New Jersey?
Oh, where was that?
Well, if you say northern New Jersey, I'm gonna be on the lookout for Game Changer Wrestling events in the future.
I think, they didn't allow any fans there for that.
Oh. Wait, then why bother running? Because that's their main revenue for them.
Oh, man. Where was that show?
Yeah, now that you're telling me New Jersey, God, I want to go see John Cena.
Let's see. That was in Philadelphia?
Oh, wow, that was quite a change of location.
Let's see. They had a show in February in Atlantic City.
Too far.
They've had a show in Asbury Park.
A little bit closer.
I'd probably stick with Asbury Park for you, Jim.
It's still quite a ride.
Yeah.
No, you gotta guarantee me John Cena's gonna be there for me to make that trip.
Right.
Woo! Here he is. And
I mean,
WrestleMania,
that
he
is
gets
such a stupid gimmick, and if I was John Cena, I would sue the fuck out of that company.
Oh, okay. It looks like by the time, well, this might have already happened by the time this airs.
Okay.
It
That's fair.
looks like they're doing a show on June the 6th
Okay. Where?
in Atlantic City
Is it far?
for
All right.
Tournament of Survival 5.
Oh, that sounds like right up John Cena's alley.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if that's still a thing, if that's still going to happen.
So as we're watching Kenny Deitcher, look, Deitcher's doing the strut. Kenny Deitcher and Ric Flair. If I'm not mistaken, even though they're getting featured in a match here, Ric Flair will be the dark match at this year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, he does amazingly.
And I believe it's only a tag team match, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's Carlito's partner.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell they fought though.
I wouldn't remember. Let's see on Twitter.
So, Fro, you don't know anything about Deitcher other than he was part of the Spirit Squad.
No.
What did you think of the Spirit Squad? So obviously you knew them.
Yeah, I like the Spirit Squad. That was fun, good gimmick. I like gimmicky things.
Yeah.
That's why I'm such good friends with Bill.
Mm-hmm.
His gimmick is to being too nice, by the way.
Well, until recently.
Oh, why are you mad about things now?
No, because, like, Fro was saying how, like, with some of the matches, like, I went too easy on some matches, and then I'm like...
You did!
I can see you being very easy on matches.
But it depends on what it is. Unlike, like, CBS Sports, oh my gosh, those people are even nicer than I am. I think we've learned that.
Well, they are paid by the company to give that score.
Exactly. Okay, I guess that June show isn't happening, so...
I'm not surprised by that.
That's sad.
Oh, well.
So sad.
I mean, New Jersey is still, as we're recording this, pretty bad right now, so...
Well, it was bad before we recorded this.
Wow.
Hi, all New Jersey fans.
My brother-in-law is from New Jersey.
My point exactly.
Wow.
If you could marry your sister.
Wow.
So, Bill, do you feel like this has been a revolution so far?
Not quite. I need more dragon.
It's not bad. It's been quite funny.
You're right. It's not, for me, going into this not expecting anything except being a little afraid about the new and improved D-Generation X. You're right. So far, it's not, I wouldn't say it's bad either.
Yeah, it's not a bad show. I'm just waiting for the dragon to come out and revolutionize the entire industry.
Yeah, well, you have to wait some years before it comes to HBO and the revolutionary
Yeah.
everything.
You know, I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
I know. You shouldn't.
That's one of those shows where I can honestly admit I've never seen an episode of it and not feel bad about it.
Right.
I would.
Oh, that made me remember
I mean, it's
something.
not Breaking Bad.
Now, I've seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Bill, that made... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying I have seen an episode of Breaking Bad.
That did remind me to get mad at you about something, though. Something you just said.
Oh, no.
Since you're involving TV shows. Is it true that that show that you watched, The Masked Singer, that Candy one, and you didn't tell me?
Yeah.
Do you remember what she's from?
She's from some reality show, isn't she?
No, she's from a song we both love. Don't think you're not. Oh, don't think I'm not. When you're out in the club, don't think I'm not. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Remember we talked about how she had the sex store? God,
Yeah.
I was like, how could he not tell me that she won?
Well, I was actually a little disappointed she won.
Like I said, I didn't watch that show at all, but when I heard that Candy won, and I was like, Bill watched this show. He experienced Don't Think I'm Not. From now, that's what I call podcasting 4.
Oh, by the way, Bill, I have an update for you.
Breaking news.
I saw the last episode of Labor of Love yesterday.
Yeah.
And Matt Striker is still in.
Oh, God.
The teacher?
Yes.
From WWE?
Yes.
Yes.
What's Labor of Love? I don't even know. I've never heard.
Okay, so I'm going to pitch you 2 shows. One of them is real and one of them is fake. Okay.
Sure.
And you need to figure out what Labor of Love is. Okay.
Obviously I'm gonna assume it's a reality show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so which means I'll probably pick the one that I think sounds more ridiculous as the real one. Okay.
So one is a reality show where the girl comes into the show and she doesn't want love, she only wants kids. That's why it's called Labor of Love.
Okay.
Or 2, it's a girl that comes into the reality show and wants to be a baker and is only dating bakers because they do labors of love.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so second one sounds super, so I'm going to say it's about that one.
No, it's sadly the first one.
Okay.
Uh,
Sad thing, because when you said that one, I was like, I can actually see some women do it.
I mean, that's the premise of the show. I mean, she's 40 years old. Like in the first episode, no joke, they have this fertility test that all the men has to take. So they have to go and jerk off in a bus.
Oh, do they show that?
Yes.
Do they really? No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They show that they don't show the jerking off, but
that's what I was going for.
Right. They show that people go in and out of the bus.
Wait a minute, what the hell's going on here? Ric Flair is okay. I was gonna say because I know the only thing he does is this, but Kenny Dykstra was already down, so I didn't know where they were going with this.
Yeah, he's only successful on the top rope like once every 3 million attempts. So
right. And I remember that time that he actually did it, people were fucking losing their shit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was against Carlito for some reason.
It might be.
No, it definitely was. Actually, maybe I could see this being the case. I think it was probably Triple H.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound familiar to me.
So
how's my Matt Striker factoring? He's one of the guys?
Yes. Matt Striker is one of the guys. And I was a little concerned yesterday because she was sending boys home. And there were like 3 boys. And she was going to send out 2, at least 2. And he was put aside of one of those 3. And she goes like, yeah. You know that date we had? I don't know how to say this, but I loved it! And she goes like that. And he goes like, whoo! Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask, where did he take her on the date?
I think it was a hockey match.
Oh, they took her to a hockey? Oh, right.
Hockey game, yeah.
Come on, Matt, you can win this.
This was recorded before Corona.
Right.
Yeah.
Does she know what he was doing?
Yes.
Like wrestling, she does know that.
Yes. Yes.
I'm surprised that didn't scare her off. All right.
Well,
I mean,
he's not the most intimidating-looking guy.
He talks about it a lot on the show. That's one of the reasons why I like to see it.
Oh my God, is Ric Flair gonna win with the figure 4? Hold on, I'm kind of want to see if this Because I don't see Dykstra
Ooh.
looking too well here.
Oh, he's paintbrushing him.
He did. I thought that was 3.
So, Jim, do you ever watch reality shows?
I used to a lot. I would be open to it, but the thing is, I have been so busy in general with other things like podcasts and stuff like video games that I haven't really. If I find one that I can, and plus I don't have a big cable subscription, so it would have to be on like a streaming site, and I only have Hulu and Disney Plus, and sorry, I'm not interested in any kind of baking shows whatsoever.
Me either.
And that's all that I think really Disney has on it right now for reality.
Yeah, I mean, be our chef or be our guest.
Right.
On Disney Plus. I've seen it. I'm a sucker for reality shows, especially keeping up with the Kardashians or maybe.
Oh, I've seen a bunch of them, yeah, at some points. I don't know if I've seen all of the episodes. There's so many, but definitely saw enough. I was always a fan of Scott because he couldn't show.
Oh, loved Scott. I feel Scott has gotten a very bad rap.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lord Disick. He was a lord.
Yes, he was.
All right, so Kenny wins and therefore probably gets a payday at WrestleMania. Well, I'm sure Rick did get a payday. I should say get a match on the actual card of WrestleMania. Poor Rick.
That was a good match.
Yeah, it was pretty. There's nothing wrong. Oh, look, he's injured, and it's on his crotch.
Oh, a walking STD and. Oh.
Johnny, I can make your crotch feel much better.
Oh God! Imagine saying that. Like, well, obviously you did say it now. I'm gonna say like, people think you're bullying her. It's the kind of society we live in now.
Okay, so. Oh, Victoria! Ooh.
I thought she was gone from the company at this point.
Oh. She's got a checklist?
Of what? What does it say? Oh, it's the women, other women. It's Mickey James, Candice, Michelle, Maria, and Tori.
I thought it was Jericho's list. I remember when she was good.
Who, Victoria? Or Melina? Or Mickey?
Both. Or all of them.
I mean, Melina was never good.
No, she wasn't.
No, that's true.
Okay, so she's saying
she gonna eat her hair?
If she helps her win, Melina gets the first shot at the title.
Okay. Ooh, 6 weeks ago. That's a long time.
Okay, so what is this checklist for?
I guess this was her list of who she wants to beat, and she's beaten everybody except for I guess whoever's the champion.
Mm-hmm.
What are your parents watching, Bill?
Well, right now my mom is currently watching Her Eyes.
What?
She's asleep.
Okay. It's a weird way of saying that. Okay.
Yeah. I think my dad's outside checking something. So, but let's see. Oh, she took that pretty hard.
Oh, this looks like this might have been a Santa's Little Helper match.
Hey, oh.
I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really sure who the champion is at this point. We know it's not Melina.
Right, and it's not Victoria.
I thought it was Mickey James, but she has Mickey James already crossed off on her list, like she's done with her.
I think it is Victoria, isn't it?
You think she's the actual champion?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she beat Mickey James for it? You might be right.
I'm not sure.
She probably doesn't have the great tattoo song at this point, does she?
No.
Actually, I think WWE would probably edit that out, now that I'm thinking about it.
I think she's got the Nicki Minaj song before Nicki ever became famous.
Right, and is it the fast beat one or the slow beat one?
Oh my God, you don't want a man, want a man.
Tattoo is still the best one with that character with her and Stevie.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Welcome to Fro doesn't have a clue what you're talking about.
So Tattoo was a group that had a song that was called All the Things She Said.
Oh yeah, the lesbian group, yes.
Right. Well, Victoria used it when she was like aligned with Stevie Richards back in 2002. Is that sound right?
Yeah. Oh, sign guy's got a sign.
What did it say? Diva something.
Diva tests here, oral exams.
Whoa!
Okay, so he
that would be known as bullying today.
So he could keep his title of sign guy.
Hold on, he's 1 for what? 4 right now? I want to see a sign now for the rest of the night for me to consider that.
Okay.
For at least one per match.
Matches we have, so.
No, I will say this: if he breaks out like 8 signs for one match, then I'll be like, all right, he's forgiven for the first 3.
Okay. Yeah, that actually was a very good song. I did like that song.
And it fit her because on the Titantron that it had her head spinning around in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was the other good thing. It started at the right place. It started with, "Yes, I've lost my mind."
Right.
And then it went into the main verse.
See, that was when music was still good.
No, Tattoo wasn't good music.
No,
it was just.
No, I'm saying the time frame. Like
right.
early 2000s, there was still good music.
There are some today.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I mean, Adele is amazing.
I mean, I haven't listened to much stuff in probably like the last, because I'm like, I don't really want a forward opinion because I'll have to talk about it probably in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like kind of focusing on for the now. That's what I call podcasting time period. But yeah. I mean, if I can think of, I guess this isn't a good example. I was going to say Black Beatles, but that came out so many years ago. I liked Black Beatles. I liked, I thought Seven Rings was catchy. Not the other song, though. I didn't like the other song. Yeah, because it's like a parody song, too. Because it's like from that, these are a few of my favorite things.
Yeah, no, she's very good. I like her. Today, or was it yesterday, Lady Gaga released a terrible new CD.
Really, it's not
terrible
good. I know that Gaga. There was some news, but I didn't know if it was a single or an album. I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, and a whole new album she released yesterday, and it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last one, Joanne, that is one of my favorite albums of that year, actually. I think that was 2019, maybe? Or 17.
Well, I mean, she's been a little bit busy. I mean, she's done TV and movies, so...
Yeah, but this album is terrible.
And I'm wondering if that is a reflection of her doing those other things, because now the focus is no longer on just music. It's on,
right.
And I'm not saying that happens all the time to artists, but maybe she's one that does affect the music aspect of things, going into other ventures.
There's one good song on the new album, and it's not that good. It's like the rest of it's just it sounds very like 90s electronic Ace of Base music.
Okay, not an Ace of Base fan. You did not see the sign, I assume.
I guess not.
Yeah. I should decide.
By the way, that should be the song for your Labor of Love show. All that she wants is another baby.
Victoria is going after Lillian Garcia for no reason right now.
I mean, you don't know what she said to her backstage.
You can't sing the national anthem like I can.
Imagine that. That was a fight for the national anthem. By the way, is Lillian still around? I don't think she is, right?
No, she's not in the company anymore.
But yeah, no, I think that all she wants is just another baby. Should be the labor of love song.
Mhm.
Let's dig up. Where's Ace of Base at? Let's dig up their old catalog.
I think my favorite Ace of Base, and I don't really have to Google this because I own a freaking album. The worst Ace of Base song was Bayern von Münchhausen. That was a terrible, terrible song.
I don't think I even know that song. It wasn't one of their mainstream songs, it sounds like.
Ace of Base, Sweden. Sweden's fantastic.
Who would you say is, because are your big artists there? Like,
Norway?
I'm trying to think yeah, because like I know that on Now That's What I Call Podcasting, I do talk a lot about how certain acts are like more famous overseas than they are here. Like Robbie Williams is a great example. Robbie Williams only has one contribution in 40 albums, but I'm sure if I did the UK version of Now That's What I Call Music, I guarantee you he would be right up there with like a Britney Spears and a Rihanna. Who would you say is Norway's? Like I'm talking about.
Aha is super famous all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did Take On Me.
Yeah. Take on me.
But what about more modern? Who, like, would you say someone that might have gotten recognition where you are, but doesn't get recognition throughout the rest of the world? That's really what I'm asking, I guess.
What is that girl's name again? She was on the latest Disney thing.
That helps.
She was the girl that sang in Frozen 2.
Oh, was that the one where like they had like all the different singers from around the world sing that song?
Well, yes, but she is the girl that sings
Yeah, I know.
Something.
Was it Idina Menzel?
No.
No.
Let me. I'll look it up again.
Well, now that we have more information, Bill can look it up. So let's have him figure it out. Well, looks like Victoria
begins with an A. She sings, yeah. So yeah, she's the Disney. She's amazing.
But doesn't get any recognition outside of where you're at, is what you're saying.
Right.
The international versions.
No, she was the voice on that song.
No, but I was just looking. Lisa Stoke.
No.
No, he said began with an I thought, or something like that.
Oh, so you mean Idina Menzel?
That's what I said. It's not her, so.
Oh God.
Um.
Let's see. Are there any? Oh, Mickey James won, by the way.
Right, I know. You're letting us down while we have to watch Mickey James win. And Melina did not. Well, she did try to help.
She did try to help,
but it was thwarted.
Oh God. Gisela, but that's not it.
No, listen to me. In the normal version, the American version of the song.
The American version is Idina Menzel.
Right.
Yes. And one more featuring someone.
Oh. Ooh.
In the background, she sings the part in the background.
I never thought that were two different people, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is.
I didn't create Frozen 2, which, by the way, is way better than Frozen 1.
Agreed. I actually agree with that.
Yeah, I agree to that too.
I hated the first one, so.
I didn't hate it, but I mean, I don't know. I just liked Frozen 2 better. All right, to be continued on this conversation. Well, look, we still have some time.
Aurora. Aurora.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I definitely don't know who that is.
Okay, well, I just found out there's a Panic at the Disco version of this song.
What do you mean you just found? There's a music video for it.
I didn't know.
It's him on a stage.
I will send you the link to where she gets interviewed. That,
oh God, here we go. There's the new and improved D-Generation X. They're the ones that started it, so therefore it's not in. They're the ones that started DX, so they're not new, and they're definitely not improved.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check this out a little bit later.
I'll check it out later too.
Because we got to see this recap of the Cutting Edge with Edge and whoever the hell's going to come out.
Oh, I think I know what happens in this one.
I don't remember this at all.
And I will send you to. I'll give you a clip of her best. She has a very good cover.
Oh, this is what Flair's doing? He's getting beat up by Kenny Dykstra and getting beat up by Edge and Randy Orton?
Mm-hmm. Because, I think they were going to go out for a party, if I remember that Raw right.
Who was?
DX and Flair.
Oh.
Because they, eliminated the Spirit Squad for good.
It would make sense why Kenny Dykstra would come out by himself then. Look at that bloody Flair.
Why am I so tired?
It's a great question.
I think it's probably
you're right.
because
Bill, you're
some
100%
girl
right.
kept me awake last night.
No, look at you.
Depends what the girl wants, I tell you. No, we were watching. What were we watching? We were watching some movie that wasn't that good.
A High Note?
No, now I know what we were watching. We was watching the new Netflix show with Steve Carell. Space Force.
Yeah.
That looks pretty interesting. I don't have Netflix now, but I'm like, if I can get 5 things that I'm interested in, I would get Netflix. So that just made my list of one of the 5 things.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's not that good.
Really? Oh, that's sad to hear.
You know, my nephew JT, he loved the Big Show. He watched the entire first season.
I forgot about the Big Show. That's another one. I'll put that as 2 for 2 things.
That is such a terrible show. It is one of the worst shows I have ever seen this year, including Labor of Love.
The way that I described it, and my sister agreed with me, it's basically if it was a TGIF show.
Yes, absolutely. 100% that's what the trailer looks like.
Because, the second episode, I was like, I mean, the premise was good. The execution wasn't as good.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the first episode, I actually didn't mind.
And even more importantly, having a show on Netflix leads to a world title match.
Yeah. Exact 20 minutes after Drew wins the world title at WrestleMania.
I'm sorry, at WrestleMania. Got to add that.
That.
You know who's gonna be looking for a Netflix show? Probably fucking Triple H now. He has a show coming out, doesn't he? Why do I feel like that's a thing, that he has something?
I told Fro that when Big Show came out, when they showed it, I was like, oh no, they're gonna put the title on him. Because
we're so equipped to know that part-timers rule over full-timers.
Had a new show that came out. I was
right.
Like, no, they're gonna put the title on it.
So, Fro, did you actually watch the Big Show show, or you just don't like the previous
Yes.
Against it?
No, I sadly watched it. I watched 2 episodes of it.
Okay,
then I wanted to shoot myself with a gun.
So can I ask though? Obviously, I've not seen it because I don't have Netflix. What is it? Was it the comedy's terrible? The acting is terrible?
Yes.
All the above. Okay.
All the above. Just terrible, terrible, terrible show. I will give it a 2 out of 10.
A 2 out of 10. Wow. Well, if they do get a second season, I know that Stone Cold's going to be a guest on it.
Is he?
Yes.
That's gonna be tough, right? Like on a family-friendly show.
Damn it, show! Why the hell you got me here seeing your kids?
You know what? I love his reality show. It is so funny. Oh, Steve Austin's like, what is it called? Skull Island?
I didn't even know he had a reality show.
The Broken Skull Challenge?
Oh, Broken Skull.
Oh, yeah, where he yells at everyone.
Yeah, I saw a couple episodes of that. That was alright.
I agree.
Oh, so funny.
What I think he needs to do, if he does another reality show, is like travel around the world and try the different beers of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, damn it, son, this beer is too sweet. Damn it.
What do you think about Matt Riddle joining SmackDown, by the way? Bro.
I mean, I already don't like that he's the Stallion.
Well, nobody likes that.
Actually, to be honest with you, though, I mean, I've been sour on him since, because I only watch, well, I can't say I only watch, because during the pandemic, I've watched every SmackDown except one, which was the freaking Triple H one.
Nobody
we got the DX
that.
match here, so.
I know, well, no, that's why I'm talking about this now, because it's way more important than Hunter. What was I gonna? Now you made me forget what I was saying. Something about I was watching every SmackDown. Riddle. Oh, Riddle. And okay, so when I saw that he was going to SmackDown, I was like, oh, I have a feeling this isn't gonna be good, because very rarely it seems like people are as interesting on NXT, or when they move over are still as interesting. I probably worded that terribly, but we'll see, because I wasn't really a fan of him during NXT towards the end, because I fucking hated his tag team with Pete Dunne.
Oh, me too.
Terrible. Like, oh my God. I remember when I went to watch one of the pay-per-views, I was like, hey, I'll watch 2 or 3 NXT shows before, to get ready for this pay-per-view. And the one that I started with was where Riddle was doing the whole, like, how much fish can Bobby fish, whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, this was a terrible idea. I hate this idea of me now having to go through these next 2 episodes, because it turned me off so much. That being said, I know a lot of people like him, and I just don't think he's going to be one of these guys that people are going to say, we wish he would have stayed in NXT. We liked him better there.
I think that's everybody, actually.
That is kind of everybody.
Yeah.
But he's probably going to end up being the greatest wellness policy era wrestler of all time, because he will never get suspended. All he'll ever do is be fined for marijuana, because he's a big user of the marijuana.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
So he never gets suspended for violating the wellness policy.
I will say this, though. I do think that there's an article or a report that's a lie that says apparently the thinking is the reason why Riddle's not on Raw is because Lesnar's on Raw. I was like, this company doesn't fucking care about that. They're having people jump all the time for no real reason.
Yeah, no.
So no, there's no way I believe that is a reason.
Well, they don't give 2 shits about that.
Well, I do think Riddle and Lesnar will happen. It will happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. It's in the cards.
Because Riddle is going on record saying he's going to be the one that retires Brock Lesnar.
I mean, that'd be nice if you really hammer in that a full-time worker can actually be someone's last match. Mm-hmm. Is Lesnar even under contract anymore?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I hope it's day to day.
I'm almost surprised they didn't bring him back yet.
I was just thinking about this because there was a story that broke, or not broke, but it was a story that came out like a few weeks ago from Mark Marrow, where he talked about how he knew that Sable was cheating on him with Brock Lesnar.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, poor Mark. You feel so bad for the guy. Because he seems like a genuinely nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he marries, like, the biggest bitch in the history of wrestling.
Wow. Is she the biggest bitch?
She's up there. I would say, if I had to make... okay, there's a second sign from the sign guy.
Yeah, was it saying?
Something about hospital flowers.
See, it's weird because he looks like he has a lot of them because he's sorting through them right now, but he hasn't really been representing tonight, I have to say.
So, I think my Mount Rushmore of wrestling bitches.
Oh, this is going to be great. Let's hear this. Go ahead.
Would be Sable.
But be careful what you're saying because, like I said, it could be considered bullying in 2020.
Sunny. I would say Melina.
Oh, yeah. She's up there.
And the last one's a toss-up. I'm thinking maybe Angelina Love.
Oh, Angelina Love is such a good one.
Wait, but you think, see, I feel like
no.
Velvet's way worse than Angelina.
Hold on, let me take that back. Let me take it back. Kelly Klein.
I'm not too familiar with her.
Okay, so she wrestled in Ring of Honor, and she had married B.J. Whitmer.
Yep.
And they've been married for a few years.
Oh yeah, pretty long.
There was a story where she was going to leave Ring of Honor because they weren't going to give her a new contract. But what happened was she cheated on B.J. Whitmer with Joey Mercury. Because Mercury was working there, and he was the one that was trying to convince her, to go, I guess, work at a new place because they're not going to give you a contract. And he got fired from there, and he's like, oh, Ring of Honor's a terrible place, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And, like, some of the wrestlers were like, wait a minute, we've never had a problem in Ring of Honor just because this guy's coming out with these lies. And Kelly Klein was their women's champion before, all this happened.
Right.
So, yeah, you know what? She's number 4.
I still say, though, that you can just... I do feel like Velvet's worse than Angelina, though. I feel like Velvet cries about everything.
That's true. That is true.
And, right, I mean, isn't she the one that was involved in the fan thing that no one seems to want to explore, so therefore no consequences are given to anyone? Fuck you, Ring of Honor.
Yep. That was it.
So, I don't know. I think I would... The only one I would probably vouch for you to change is probably that one. I would say Velvet's worse than Angelina. And I guess I'm basing that off a tag team, so only one of them can be on.
Right.
Hey, look, Hunter's doing a knee.
Knee. and Mandy Leon gets a pass. I've met her. She's a sweetheart.
I don't know her that much. I don't know. Ring of Honor, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a sweetheart. Elbow.
So something very important happens during this match.
Yes.
I think you told me.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it.
Because this show, surprisingly, has been good.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be this good of a show.
Yeah. So far for me, though, the highlight was Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Super Crazy.
Oh my God, what a dream team. Who knew we needed that?
I don't even know how, it's one of those things, I don't even know how I would love to know how they established it in storyline that Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Super Crazy teamed. Because that had to have happened at some point.
Yeah. In a weird way, and I'm sure we've got ECW purists listening to this, and I'm only saying this because I didn't see his full work in ECW, but I liked Super Crazy in WWE.
I liked it. The only thing I didn't like in WWE is Lawler's annoying voice. Going, he's crazy, he's super crazy.
Yeah.
Because to me, one of the coolest things about Super Crazy is that he was named Super Crazy, and then you pointing it out is super lame. Like you pointing it, like specifically the announcer specifically pointing it out is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it dumb.
How did Orton get busted open?
That's a good question. I didn't even realize that until you said
He bladed.
Oh, your favorite thing.
Yeah.
What, blading?
Yeah, I hate blading.
Oh, that might not be a blade job.
I hate it. It's atrocious. I find blading incredibly... yeah. I don't like blood, so...
He got it somewhere from when Michaels hit the leg drop, so that wasn't a blade.
I'm not a big fan of blood.
That was hard way.
I don't care.
No, I know.
Wait, was that it?
No.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
No.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, Jim, when I was watching our Christmas movie that we reviewed, I'm not gonna...
All I want for Christmas is you.
Yeah.
No, it's out there. I announced it on Instagram.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
With little Mariah as a picture. You snooze, you lose.
I was saying to my mom, it's a good thing you didn't watch the movie because there's like 2 instances where the dog barfs and you don't see it, but she cannot watch anyone throwing up. Like, even if you say, barf or vomit or puke, she gets sick.
Wow.
She gets like the chills,
I don't think that's happening for them. Are they multiplying?
All through my body. And I'm losing control.
Fro, how do you feel about the theory that Grease was, that they're just in the afterlife and they officially go to heaven at the end?
I actually like it.
I do too.
Yeah, because that car scene is just so silly.
It goes right up there with the Jetsons meet the Flintstones, and Elroy was actually, the machine actually worked.
Yeah.
You know where you can make a good case for that theory about Grease is the part where they do Beauty School Dropout. Like, if you think about that scene and how the guy's coming down from the heavens, you could that could be a good argument for that theory to be true.
Every time I hear the words Beauty School Dropout, you know what my immediate reaction is? What? I always think to Grease Live and how bored Boyz II Men looked performing the song.
Oh yeah.
I gave up like a half hour into it, so.
I mean, they were the only. I don't know. I thought they were the only bad things about it, really, and that's not even bad. It's just maybe they were tired. I don't know.
I remember my friend told me that Vanessa Hudgens was really good in it.
Oh, Bill, it definitely happened already. Look at his leg.
Oh, did it?
I thought so. No, maybe I'm wrong. I guess I'm wrong.
No.
Just the way, because he is limping.
Yeah, but it's not that bad yet.
You're right. Yeah, because he could still kind of walk.
But like,
Fro, do you know what we're looking for, by the way?
No, I have no clue.
Because more than likely, when it happens, you probably won't notice it. We'll definitely clue you in because it definitely is a major thing that affects things later on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Grease, the Flintstones meet the Jetsons, all that good theory stuff.
Good thing we don't have Jesse Ventura on here.
What is the worst musical you think in the world?
That's a really hard question. I don't know.
I know my answer. It would be Finian's Rainbow.
What is
that's a good one. That's a very good one.
What is it?
Finian's Rainbow.
Finland's Rainbow.
Oh,
That's the shit.
I watched the movie because I used to do a movie podcast where I'd riff on movies that people like,
Okay.
and it was a fan request. So I was like, okay, this could be interesting because it's Fred Astaire, and I think it's like his last like leading role.
Yeah, it is his last.
It is so bad. Like, there's one point in the movie where his daughter does like she like wishes that the mayor would like change, and he ends up in blackface for the rest of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is so bad.
I have to say Spider-Man, the musical. That is a terrible musical.
Well, you know, it killed at the Broadway.
Yeah, literally.
By the way, it's just
Did you hear about this, Jim?
I don't know about anything with Spider-Man the musical. I gotta be honest with you.
So it's the most cursed musical in the entire world because there's a scene in it. Spoiler alert for a musical you will never watch, by the way.
Okay.
That they bring a guy down on stage by a hook line from where the audience are sitting in like the high ups, and they are going to like glide down.
Is it the person that was supposed to play Spider-Man? Is that who it was?
No, I think it was the villain, wasn't it? I think it was Octoman or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
And when they had rehearsals, this line broke, and this guy just died because they dropped. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's sad. I don't, and so I'm assuming. So I guess you're saying one of the reasons I'll never see it is because it just stopped after that. Like they canceled.
No.
What do you mean they still did shows? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That was a bit of a twist I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I've actually been fortunate, like when I've seen a musical, to where they've actually been good shows. Because I can't say I've seen a bad musical in person.
Correct. I mean, well, I actually have not seen one in person, to be honest with you, which is hilarious because I work in New York every day.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because it feels weird because I don't have someone to go with me, and I feel like going to a musical is not a one-person thing.
Right.
You know, I'll go to the bar and make friends with everyone there, and with no problem. That's the problem, though.
The first show I ever went to, I was 19 years old, and I went to see Hairspray.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bruce Valanche played the mom.
Oh.
He was good.
It's better than John Travolta, that's
Oh, God, yeah.
John Travolta's the mom is maybe one of my least favorite John Travolta parts. Even though the dad is very good in this, in that. What is Dad's name again?
Walken.
Christopher Walken. Thank you.
You got.
And then he played Captain Hook on. He played Captain Hook on Peter Pan Live.
Oh yeah, that's
Peter Pan. You and your Lost Boys are going off the ship.
Bill, he had a whole song called Vengeance. It was great.
What's your favorite musical, Jim?
I might be able to sing it like him.
If I'm honest, I don't feel like I had enough musical experiences to have a favorite. But then again, as me and Bill constantly talk about with me, I have a hard time calling anything a favorite because I constantly change my mind. Like,
right.
If I told you today what my favorite musical was, if you ask me again in 2 or 3 months, it's probably something different.
It's the same with me in movies. Like,
so it's pretty hard. I'm trying to think what the last one I saw was, because that would be interesting. I'm trying to figure out what the last one I saw was.
For me, it's the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon is.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I would too.
It is so hilarious, and I can't wait to see Hamilton soon. It's not that.
It'll be on Disney Plus.
Oh, can't wait.
Now, I heard that they had to tone it down a little bit because it is airing on Disney Plus.
That's true. I never thought that. That's probably true.
So
there is some swearing. So
I wonder how it's going to resonate with the people who did see it and really enjoyed it.
Now I'm thinking about the first line. Isn't the first line of the Alexander Hamilton song, was it, how does a bastard orphan son of a whore?
Yeah.
You know
You're
what?
right. That's true.
No, wait a minute. If I think about it now, because Weird Al did a polka of all the Hamilton songs.
Oh,
I guess, that's true.
I think he left that in the very beginning of the polka. So if Weird Al can leave it in, and that man never curses.
I wonder if you just put a discretionary thing on there, like at the beginning. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Shawn Michaels is like dead. He's all bloodied. This is when he could see in the same direction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Book of Mormon is just hilarious. I'm a big South Park fan, so
I'm still waiting for the day when they come out with the movie of that. I would go see that movie.
In a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Bill, what do you think of these two teams in general? Just curious.
You know, Edge and Orton, in a way, they sort of they're a good team because they sort of help each other in different parts. I can't think of the word right now. With Hunter and Shawn, it's like they're doing the best buddies tag team gimmick.
Right.
So, as long as they don't, shove it down our throats, it's okay.
Right.
So.
All right, here he is to save the day.
Triple H is a house of fire.
He is.
There he goes. He's off. Wow, he's going to 10. Well, he hasn't been in the ring in like 10 minutes. So.
That's true. He's been out there while bloody Shawn Michaels. His blood's just all over the mat, which they probably won't change.
Probably not. Well, Orton's definitely dried up by now. Oh,
was that it? That was it.
That was it. That was it.
There it is.
That was the
WrestleMania 23 will now go to be, at that time, the most highest grossing WrestleMania in terms of pay-per-view buys.
And he does it again. Oh, Lord.
So, Fro, why don't you tell Fro what happened there if he doesn't know?
Okay, so he hits a spine buster on Orton, as you saw.
Mm-hmm.
The turn of the leg was very odd, so he basically had the quadricep injury on the opposite leg, like he did with the original leg, however many years ago it was before this.
So he's super injured right now.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
Wow.
And what the reason I'm saying about the pay-per-view thing is because supposedly, and Bill, I'm sure you've heard this as well, it was supposed to be Triple H versus Cena at WrestleMania this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For WrestleMania 23. Yeah. And because of this, it turns into Cena versus Shawn Michaels, which in turn turns into, at that time, it might have been beat by Rock versus Cena 1, but at that time, it was the highest grossing pay-per-view, the most bought pay-per-view in WrestleMania history because of the change. Because otherwise we would have gotten the same rematch of last year, which I assume wouldn't have done as well.
Yeah.
But see, here's what I don't remember. I don't know how much he tries to go on this, because
he is search. You can see it.
Oh, he's going for the pedigree. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, and he specifically tried to land on the left knee. See, now here's what I don't understand. Why wouldn't they just end there unless
Right.
Orton and Edge wins? Or supposed to
nice dive.
That was a good dive.
Ooh.
And he sung, I believe I can fly.
Why?
Okay. He just hit the referee for no reason.
Oh, maybe this is how it is. Maybe they don't even make an actual pin. That's it. He's fed up. He's fed up at that referee that didn't do anything at all. Whoa!
Oh, God. Oh.
Wow, that's a good
Holy
He
blade.
must have got hit for good. He got hit for real, though, then. Orton. Something happened went wrong. Because look at the way it's flowing.
Mm-hmm.
No thanks.
They're still up. Which, I don't remember this at all. I felt like I remember the match that it happening, and then the match ended within like 30 seconds. So, clearly I don't remember this that well.
Right. Shawn flies through the ropes to hit Orton, and then he just hits the referee because he
For
wants
no reason,
for
right?
no reason.
Hey, sign guy, where's your sign for this?
Oh, he just had it up.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe you. Now Orton's switching. Oh, let me guess, sure. You want the referee to be your friend now? Get up.
The only one, well, okay, I'm actually surprised Hunter's not bleeding.
Now he hit the cameraman.
Hey,
He's lost his mind.
the announcer's table will be the first inanimate object inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I hope so.
Well, apparently they're thinking, from what I heard, they're thinking of freaking having matches inducted.
I have heard that.
That's garbage, too. Imagine if a baseball game, one specific baseball game, got inducted into the MLB Hall of Fame. Not a good idea. Unless you think it is, Mr. Baseball over there.
It would. Well, they allow umpires into their Hall of Fame, so.
Now,
Although that is fair, though. I think
Question.
referees should be in Hall of Fame.
Are there credentials for the umpires? Are there requirements?
Yeah, you have to have many years of service.
Is there a set year, though? Is it like 5 years, 10 years?
Probably at least 10 years.
Okay. You know, I'll give freaking Hunter credit. Look, I didn't realize he kept going after this at all. After the broken quad.
The broken quad.
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
And he's going to put the guy through the table. Or he's not.
Oh.
Okay. That probably hurt more, actually.
I know, right?
We're going to get back to this umpire thing in a second. I just want to see what Sean does. Here it is, the boyhood dream.
Oh, he's going for it.
It'd be pretty funny if he misses, actually, because he took the same. Yeah, I figured he hit it.
Oh.
Blood.
I believe I can fly.
Yes.
I
Space
got
Jam.
shot by the FBI.
How dare you?
Aww.
We're having a nice Space Jam moment there.
Well, that was always the parody when I was a kid.
Oh, these cameramen better get out of the way. Sean's been hitting everyone.
Nobody is safe.
Right.
Oh, look at the puddle.
He definitely really got cut
God,
open by accident, right? Yeah, but where though? Do we know?
I don't know. All right, let me ask you this, Jim.
Yes.
Was this one match bloodier than all of Starrcade '83?
Ooh, that's a good
That
question.
was a bloody show too.
It was. I'm gonna say yes because it's kind of like three people because I guess Hunter's not really bleeding. I guess it's just
No, and Edge isn't either. Oh, yes, he is. Or
yeah,
is it...
that's what I was gonna. Oh God.
Oh, look. Oh. All right,
Oh, is it? So here it is. Is it?
Here comes the tear.
Oh, yeah. See how it lands there. Ouch.
So wait, if they're showing a replay, does that mean that this is just a no contest?
Maybe.
I mean, I guess to be fair, there's no referee because
Right.
Shawn decided to punch him for no reason.
Wow.
Air Michaels.
Maybe not. I don't know. Oh no, they're on this ramp already. They're done. Obviously, well, I was gonna say I don't know if it was the end of the feud because when Hunter comes back, maybe they reignite it, but I don't remember.
I don't think they do.
Well, they didn't become new tag team champions
sorry,
because of
kid.
Shawn. Because someone decided, hey, I'm gonna punch out a referee.
Yeah, really.
All right, so let's talk about these umpires. Now.
Okay.
So they have to have X amount of years,
Mm-hmm.
and how many are in the Baseball Hall of Fame?
I think about 7.
Okay.
It's not that many.
I'm wondering, see, I guess I would be okay with a referee. I mean, obviously, again, no credentials, no requirements, but I would be more mad if they started inducting matches than I would if a referee went into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, and I had this conversation with somebody. I forgot who it was.
Me.
Yeah, it was you.
Oh, you mean your co-host? Okay,
Yeah, with
cool.
Fro. Well, I had to remember who it was first that I had this with. Because, like, and Jim, you can second me on this.
Sure.
When we were kids and when we watched it, they would mention, like, the referees' names. You know?
What, in wrestling?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then, like, today, they don't really. And the only way you would know who it is if you recognize the face of the referee.
However, I would argue, though, that they only recognize them when they were in a story.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we knew Nick Patrick because, like, he was the NWO referee that was under a ski mask every Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
We knew who was the guy, I can't think of his name, the other referee that got fired by Eric Bischoff in that.
Oh, Randy Anderson?
Randy Anderson. And then for WWE, we kind of knew Earl Hebner because of so I guess see that debunks it because they never really made a storyline after that would involve him as a Montreal Screwjob.
But, like, today, like, well, I meant, like, today's product, because, like, I can only think of 2 or 3 referees out of all of WWE referees, and, like, one of them works, well, see, that's the thing, because, like, with Drake Warts, like, with this pandemic, he's going back and forth doing either Raw and SmackDown or NXT, so he goes back and forth sometimes with that.
By the way, what's Cena saying?
He's talking about how he's facing the man that's never been pinned, never been forced to submit, and basically he's putting Umaga over as this indestructible force.
That'd be Umaga?
Yeah, Umaga, you're right. I love the origin of where that name came from.
I know it came from Regal, but I forgot like what segment happened or where the hell that actually like the segment came from.
Well, what happened is William Regal thought his name was Umaga, so he just called him Umaga. So
what's he still saying? He's still talking.
Yeah. So he's saying he's going to stay WWE champion.
Okay. You know what? This makes even more sense. So if Umaga never got pinned or submitted, that's probably what sold me on the show, made me buy it, and be like, okay, now it's time for Cena's reign to end.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because I actually think I hate Cena more now in 2020 than I did at the height of Super Cena.
Right.
Super Cena was just like irritating. Like Super Cena was just like, so boring.
Yeah. Mickey, lift the tail.
Mickey lift the tail. Oh, God.
I agree. What?
Oh, wait a minute. We got another match?
The other guy that's going to be on the pre-show TV with Ric Flair this WrestleMania? Oh, Chloe.
Chloe and Tori and Carlito. Oh, my.
What's the dog's name?
Chloe.
Mm.
Is this a WrestleMania pre-show qualifier?
That would be funny.
Well, that would explain why Tori didn't come out to beat up Victoria earlier.
I guess that's true. It doesn't explain why Tori's with Carlito, though.
No, it doesn't.
Oh wait, here's where we're gonna find out. So Chris Masters came in. He found the most devastating move in Master Lock. Again, this looks like this was the Santa's Helpers match, because look at the way they're dressed.
Yeah.
Guys, you were friends. Last year, you almost beat Cena in Elimination Chamber
You almost
match.
became the WWE champion.
And then you ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
We all thought they were going to win, and then everyone got happy because Edge won because he cashed in Money in the Bank.
So we're going to get Carlito and Chris Masters.
Right, remember, he has to kneel.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's true. He does.
He's taking a knee for
Oh,
2020.
and he gets fired, too. Oh, look at that.
God, the Master Lock Challenge was the dumbest shit, but was so fun. Do you remember, Fro, do you remember Chris Masters at all?
No.
Okay, so as you saw, his move was the fucking full Nelson, and they called it a Master Lock, and it was like, nobody can ever break the Master Lock. So what he would do is he'd sit someone on a chair, and you would take the Master Lock Challenge, and basically put you in the Master Lock, aka the full Nelson, and then he'd just kind of wiggle you from left to right, and then eventually someone passed out. And obviously, if you broke it, you beat the Master Lock Challenge. Even though I love it because it's so stupid, it's funny. Bill, who did beat the Master Lock Challenge? Because someone definitely did. I remember it, but I don't remember who.
Didn't this happen, like, at a Tribute to the Troops show?
What a terrible place to have it end. After the first and second year, I didn't even watch that anymore.
Because, like, Santa came in, interfered, and this soldier broke it.
Oh, that needs... What a terrible payoff.
But, like, the next week, like, they, like, oh, that break didn't count because there was interference.
He looks super familiar to me. Have I seen him before? I think maybe I've seen him before.
Because I know, like, as of late, and when I say as of late, I mean, like, in the last 2 or 3 years, he's popped around, but he never had the Master Lock Challenge. Or, like, he was kind of just a generic Chris Masters. Like, they stripped him as Hulk Hammer, yeah. And he was known as Chris Masters, so maybe you might have seen him, like, lose to somebody.
Yeah. Probably.
It's the only thing I can think of.
I think the last time I saw him, and this is going to date myself here,
Good.
was when he was in Ring to King.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
He was Chris Adonis.
That's where I've seen him before.
That was the most fun, ridiculous show ever.
I loved Ring Kicking.
Steiner Recliner, hold my gun.
Yeah, so apparently Sonya has enough to hold his fingers by his nose and say pew, but he doesn't have enough strength to hold up a sign. Yes.
His budget on signs is a little low tonight, Jim.
When's it high? Oh, why? Does he break out the budget at WrestleMania and Royal Rumble? Just like how the clown guy is his budget bigger when it's a bigger event.
Probably.
He wears more makeup.
I wonder about that. See, because that's, now that I'm thinking about it, the ECW fans, like, they had a good budget because they really didn't have to spend enough money.
Right.
Because, like, Hat Guy, it was just real simple. He just had a straw hat. That was really it.
Right, and if he loses it, big deal.
Yeah.
He just has to know one for the next event.
There's also... who was the bearded guy? Remember him?
I don't remember what they were calling the fans. I don't.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Oh.
Oh no!
No. Okay. Oh, that doesn't count.
Right. Not only that, but also it's not as effective because it's not Chris Masters doing it.
Yeah, I used to watch videos of Ken Patera. He would do a swinging full Nelson. Where he'd put you in a full Nelson and then he would just spin you around. It looked so cool.
Fro, how do you feel about Chloe?
Bro?
Is he there?
I
hadn't heard from him in a while, so I was kind of getting a little worried.
He might have muted himself.
Find out. I want to know how he feels about Chloe. I mean, he says he's still there.
Yeah. He might be having...
Sorry, I was sneezing.
Oh, you were sneezing. Okay.
Oh, that was nice of you to not have it on the air. I applaud.
I love the dog. Yes.
Yeah. I remember Chloe used to have her own blog on WWE.com. I vaguely remember that.
Oh, boy. Well, while we're doing that, this just popped up on my phone.
Oh, breaking news.
5 WWE network shows that the company should bring back.
Oh, I'm probably going to disagree with all of these, but let's go.
Well, let's see who wrote it first.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Because I read an article from, I believe it's What Culture, and it was one of the worst articles I've ever seen, where it was like 10 WWE superstars that that succeed in WWE and left their TNA stink behind, or something like that.
Okay.
And I was like, I only agree with like 2 people on this list.
Okay, well, it's not written by Josiah, so we're good there.
Oh, you thought it was written by our Canadian friend?
Yeah, maybe.
Good, I would have criticized this article.
All right, well, let me read you what this person put.
Great.
Legends with JBL.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't want anything with JBL. Get him out of here.
I like JBL.
It wasn't that bad of a show.
I just don't like his stupid sports references.
Unfiltered with Renee Young.
Nope. I'm definitely an anti-Renee Young person.
WWE Slam City.
I've seen one episode or 2. It was fun.
Yeah, that's the one where you get, like,
never seen it.
It's basically a cartoon where the wrestlers get real life jobs.
Okay.
So, WWE Breaking Ground.
What?
I did watch one episode of that because we were supposed to do a review on that for some reason, I think.
Yeah, that was about the wrestlers at NXT, Fro.
It was super boring.
And, well, okay, I'm not surprised this made the list. Swerved.
I loved that show. I loved it.
I saw a commercial for it. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Oh, I've seen all of it.
That dastardly Chris Masters stole the win.
Huh. He didn't even need to use the master lock.
Well, wait, no, here it comes. You just knock Harley.
Okay, all I remember from... There's 2 things I remember...
Oh, no! There it is! See, Fro, he has to swing him from left to right very hard. That's the key that makes it funny to me for some reason.
Yep, he broke it.
Uh-oh, is he going to give Tori the master lock? He's going to give Chloe the master lock?
Oh, God. Break the poor dog's neck.
Come on, Tori. Get on the mic and say Chloe wants to take the Master Lock Challenge.
There's a few things I remember from Swerved. One,
I love that show.
There was a bit where I think R-Truth was in like an elephant costume or a panda costume and he scared people.
Wait, Chris Masters isn't finished.
Uh-oh.
Why am I so excited about this?
Uh-oh. Oh, well,
Come on.
she got out of there.
No, come on, Chloe wants to take the Master Lock Challenge.
There we go.
Oh, that dog is dead.
Okay, the second thing I remember is that a cameraman sued WWE for something that happened on Swerved.
You know what?
Really?
Good for him.
And the last thing I remember is at the end of season 1, where the director was like, well, if there's anyone I'd like to prank for season 2, it's Brock Lesnar. I'm like, there's no way Brock would go for that. He'd kill everyone.
I forgot that they had these little sites like sub-sites. Look, NewYear'sRevolution.WWE.com.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot that they did that. Here it is. Main event. Very Vader, Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam 1996 vibes right now. Because Vader should have won.
Yep.
Okay, what's the next show?
What?
Next show.
It's the Big Show show.
Yeah.
No, what's the next show on the list?
Oh, that we're...
Well, we're only doing one, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm open to doing more in the future, just not today. What were we saying before all that, though?
Oh, how
we were...
Vader should have won at SummerSlam.
Well, Vader should have won. Umaga should have had a actual tribute. I think he's one of the only guys that died that they didn't do shit for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember him maybe best for writing Under the Rainbow.
For what?
Have you seen the guy that wrote Under the Rainbow?
I don't think so.
Or that guy that sings it.
Under the Rainbow.
I thought a woman sings. Where over the rainbow. Over the rainbow.
Oh, it's Over the Rainbow.
Yes, I thought a woman sang it.
I'd like to hear Under
There
the
is a guy
Rainbow.
that does a ukulele. Usually there is a guy. I think I know what you're thinking of now. There's a guy that sings like a
Oh, the
With a
ukulele
ukulele
version.
Yeah,
that's
the
that
ukulele
one.
man.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of look like Umaga, and he is also dead.
oh my gosh, Jim! I just remembered this.
Yes.
This is Cena's rebound match after losing to Kevin Federline on Raw.
Yes. Why am I doing that right now? Kevin Feather,
Yeah.
K-Fed, and that was on New Year's Day.
Yes.
And you know what the funniest thing is? If I remember correctly, at this time, everyone was crazy because they're like, "Oh my God, this is the most built-up match WWE's done in a long time." Because I think they ran with this storyline for like a year.
Yeah, it went for a while. Okay, sign guy's got another sign.
Oh yeah, what does it say?
Umaga has
something.
rabies.
All right, cool.
Does he? Really?
No.
Maybe.
Hmm?
You know what made the Umaga gimmick work was Armando Alejandro Estrada.
Right.
I
agree.
What a pairing. My name is Armando Alejandro
Ooh,
Estrada.
that was a good roll. I can't even do that. Can you do a roll like that, Fro? Like how Bill did the L? Oh, I'm so jealous. It's like when you can't whistle but everyone else can.
Oh, there
That's
was
what
a
I feel like
support
right now.
Umaga sign just there. You know what? I will keep my rolling of the R's for not being able to whistle.
Okay. By the way, that sign said I'm here to see John Cena. So then really what that person's doing in 2020 is going to that other promotion that I can't think of the name of.
Oh, Game Changer Wrestling?
Game Changer Wrestling, yeah.
Game Changer Wrestling, yeah.
Did that just say I will leave my house for John Cena?
Yes, it did.
There's someone that knows how to take care of themselves during friggin' COVID-19.
Yeah, really.
I would leave my house for John Cena.
That indicates to me that you don't leave your house any other time.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I definitely wouldn't leave my house for John Cena.
No, I wouldn't.
I heart John Cena.
Right.
Why are they only playing up to these signs now? Like, they haven't done it all night.
Right.
I think it's nice that you, on this podcast, tells the people that you love him.
You know what's weird is, now that I'm thinking about it, we only had one Vince appearance this entire show.
Oh, yeah.
And it
That's
was
right.
for to make Rosie O'Donnell against Donald Trump.
Oh, God.
Now, imagine if Rosie O'Donnell had won that match. We could be talking about right now President Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, God.
WWE Hall of Famer Rosie O'Donnell. The course of
No.
changed, could have been changed from that one match.
That's not true. What does they Cena needs to what?
Cena,
The pink sign.
Cena
Cena needs to something.
I saw a 2.
Hopefully they hold it up again.
Nah.
We'll figure it out. And here we go.
Oop.
Main match of the night.
Yep, this is what the people pay $50 for. Or...
I mean, we paid to see Umaga win, to be
Yeah.
fair. Someone that did buy this pay-per-view.
But Umaga isn't going to win. Oh, spoiler
know.
alert.
Don't remind me.
Oh.
He's just as erratic as Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, but the difference is Shawn can control it.
Can he?
Well, that's true. Let me take that back. Umaga can control it. Oh, okay, there we go.
There you go. I thought Umaga was going to try for a sunset flip.
I would have gone crazy if he did.
I was like, how the fuck did I not remember that? So this is a historic match because this is the last match that would be under the New Year's Revolution banner.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, for some reason, WWE decides to bring it back next
Please
year.
don't.
I mean, they
Would you bring it
Backlash.
back?
No one was fucking asking for Backlash, and they did it.
Yeah, but Backlash you could do any time of the... Well, you could do it at like 8 months of the year, anytime. With New Year's Revolution, there's only one time you can do it, and
Yes,
that's
that's
in
true.
January. So, yeah, don't ever bring New Year's Revolution back, as much as I'm enjoying this show today.
That was pretty good. I mean, the only thing I'm disappointed is that Chloe didn't take the Master Lock Challenge.
Now I sort of want to see the other two to see where those rank with this show.
I think 2006 was better because that had the Elimination Chamber and the Edge cash-in.
Right.
Just by default of having an Elimination Chamber, I think it was a little bit better.
Oh man, that would be so funny if like all 3 shows ended up being really good. I doubt it, but you know.
Bill, why don't you start a New Year's Revolution podcast?
3 episodes long, folks.
Yep. And you look, you already have one recorded, so
There
you're
you
good
go.
to go.
It'll be like how I watched the Austin Powers trilogy in reverse.
Oh, God.
Start with the third one first, then the second, and end with the first.
Have you watched all the Star Wars movies?
I still got to work on 8 and 9.
Okay, because I was going to say, what's your order there?
Yeah, that's for sure. Drop everyone.
After rewatching all of those again recently, I will say now, I will now solidify that The Last Jedi is the worst one. which was episode 8. It's my opinion.
Of all?
Of all of them, yes, because I was prepared for the prequels to go up there, but
No,
I was so mad. You know what kills
the
it? I mean,
are the worst.
They're terrible.
Ooh, not all of them.
No, you're right. 1 and 2. If I said bottom 3, I would say probably The Last Jedi and Episode 1 and 2. That would probably be where I
The Last Jedi is terrible.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's a bottom 3.
Because with the prequels, Revenge of the Sith is easily the best of the 3.
Yes.
Easily.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember even when I was doing this rewatch for, May the 4th be with you, because that's what that was all about. Mm-hmm. I was like, I still don't give a fuck about this kid's race. And it was angering me that there was so much time spent, but where The Last Jedi got me mad was Force Leia. And I was like, wow, that was pretty early to get me mad. All right. It's leaning towards this one being the worst one.
Yeah, no, but it's not the worst of all of them.
I think it is.
The first prequel is the worst.
Ooh.
It might be 2. I'll be honest with you. For me, the first one might be 2. And like I said, definitely for sure. For me, I think that's
the pod racing scene that everybody loves.
No, I know. I did. I just
boring.
I know. I just bashed it. But what I'm saying is, there's more things about The Last Jedi that got me mad. That's all what it comes down to, is which one got me madder is the one I don't like more. And The Last Jedi made me madder.
No, the prequels are worse. I mean, The Last Jedi was irritating. I will give you that.
Yeah, I mean, their main storyline was we ran out of gas. One of their main storylines was we ran out of gas.
Couldn't get
No. I wish, you know what? That would be something if this event that I remember specifically that I was mad that Umaga lost, that all of a sudden he won. It would blow my mind. What a leg drop. Very Hogan-like, brother.
He didn't do the big foot. Well, it would be big foot here on this one.
Yeah, that's true, because he doesn't have a boot, or what is that on his foot? There's a name for that.
I know, it looks like it's tape.
No.
No, I'm saying it looks like.
Fro, do you have any idea what the name of the thing is that Umaga has on his foot? There's definitely a name for it.
No.
Because Scrooge McDuck definitely has it. Is it a spat? That sounds like that's not right. S-P-A-T? Bill, look it up. Say spat and see if anything comes up.
All right. You know, I have to watch the episode of DuckTales where Scrooge McDuck wrestles.
I heard that that's a thing.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, spat's a type of shoe accessory.
When you look up a picture of a spat and tell me if it looks like that's what Umaga and Scrooge McDuck wear.
Yeah, it does.
There it is. It's a spat. And I wonder if the announcers ever call for that he wears a spat in all the time he was there.
It looked like, I think Scrooge's looks more closer to the picture of a spat, but Umaga does have a spat. It's actually shorter, or it's a shortening of spatterdashes or spatter guards.
Blabber and blatherskites. Actually, I don't think there's an S at the end. I think it's just blabber and blatherskite.
Yeah.
What does the sign guy do? He just, put his left hand in his underarm. And I don't know why.
Is he trying to make noises with it?
That would be hilarious, but I don't think so. And also I don't think it would resonate because we probably can't hear it.
It's okay. It's not worth listening to it.
Oh wait, here you go. This is the 5 moves of doom.
Oh no!
It didn't work out.
Oh
God, I can just see myself being all excited about this. Yes, Cena's gonna lose.
look at this.
Yes, he's not
Boom.
going to lose.
I know he's not. That's what makes it sad.
Oh, gosh.
Why are you tired? It's the afternoon for you.
I don't know. I've been... I know, because I was awake to 4 o'clock in the night.
What were you up at 4 in the morning for?
And probably not for the same reason I was up late. I'm sure you weren't watching the news like really late this night.
No, I was getting a drunk girl to go to bed.
Oh, okay, very good. Good for you.
Actually, when Jim texted me the other, like, if I was watching CNN, I was like, my first thought is no, and then my second thought is, that's a foreign word in my house.
I have the cheap cable package, so that's like one of 2 news stations I really get.
Broke into CNN. Wow, what a bad day they had. Your reporter gets arrested on live television, and then you get broken into at night.
Well, I didn't realize that the place was actually in the CNN thing. That was why that was happening, not because they were attacking CNN, apparently.
Right.
Oh no, he got a shot in the nuts.
Oh no.
That'll take him down. And here it is.
He's going for it.
Oh.
No.
Because he didn't do the "You Can't See Me" yet.
Right. Oh, look at that kid with the green mohawk.
I know. You know what reminded me of for some reason? This woman from NXT.
Oh,
Shotzi.
Yeah, Shotzi Blackheart.
With her stupid little tank that she rides in.
Isn't it a little weird that I do see John Cena now?
Maybe. Well, you can see him at Game Changer Wrestling. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to be their next world champion once they start up again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that's a hell of a pay cut that Cena has to take.
And you know that Game Changer Wrestling is funded by a mega millionaire, and they're just choosing to run small arenas or small places just to save some money. So they can afford John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
Can you hear the bell outside?
No, I can't.
No.
Wow.
Maybe that's a
The
good one.
bells are ringing.
Oh,
The
is it
bells
Christmas time?
are ringing. No, I live by a church.
Oh, now I hear it. Now that you're saying it. That's right. I'll just assume that they're Christmas bells. For Christmas in July coming up.
Christmas time. So have either of you tried QB still?
No.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god.
What's QB?
You live under a rock or something, Jim?
Well,
Maybe.
it hasn't been said much since it started.
QB is the worst streaming service of all time.
Oh, okay. Then it sounds like it's good that I haven't heard about it then. What makes it so bad?
Because you can only play it on your phone.
Yeah, that sucks. I won't even listen to people about streaming services unless I can play it on my PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. And
Right.
like the only positive to it is that the shows are like 10 minutes or less. That's the only positive.
Oh, that is a good thing.
Other than
And they
that,
have a very good horror anthology show called 50 States of Fright. That's maybe my favorite show. That's actually pretty good.
Have they done Maryland yet?
Let me see what states they have done. They have done Michigan, Kansas, Oregon, Minnesota, and Florida.
Ah, okay. You'll have to tell me what the Maryland one is. I might know it.
I will.
There are those 2 kids I don't know if you're catching on the right-hand side. Every once in a while, these 2 kids, not kids, but I guess teenagers maybe, they're like giving a jerk-off sign.
I didn't see that.
Maybe because they jerk off a lot?
Maybe. I'm not the one to judge.
Me either.
Me neither.
I can't judge 2007.
Right.
I was just going to say something very dirty, but I didn't.
You should have.
Oh, is he gonna pull a Greg Valentine? No.
I was going to say there are many reasons to stay up late.
Right.
Or would that have been a Bret Hart?
That's what I was going to say.
No,
Yeah,
Bret Hart is losing to Shawn Michaels, then complaining about it for 40 years.
No. There's a joke Jim and I have.
Okay.
Well, it's true. Where I got to see the clip again, but in a Royal Rumble match, Bret Hart shoved his thumb up Greg Valentine.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that definitely happened.
Wow.
So I'm gonna have to watch it again. I believe Jim, but I'm gonna watch.
You saw it.
Dude.
Where else would that thumb would have gone? Where else to hold him up? Where else would the thumb would have gone?
That's true.
Maybe it was a magic trick.
It's thumb trick. Oh, shot to the throat.
Well, they were in Miami, so.
Miami.
No, that's the Heat.
Welcome to Miami. Who had that hit?
Will Smith.
Welcome to Miami. That was such a shit song.
Now you have me thinking about summer songs and like, what make me think of summer? Like, LFO.
Oh, yeah.
That song that was. I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I think it's actually called Summer Girls.
Summer Girls. Da, da, da.
There it is. You can't see me.
I'm sure someone's gonna come out with a list someday of like the top summer songs.
I think it's probably out there right now. There it is.
Bye, Knuckle Shuffle.
Why do I think he changed the name of that eventually? Did he or no?
I don't
Probably.
think he changed the Five Knuckle Shuffle.
Yeah, oh, you know what? Okay, it was the FU to the attitude adjustment.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
he can't do it.
And then wasn't the submission to the effort the STFU?
Yes.
And then they just went with, oh no, it's the STF.
Yeah. So, Fro, I saw recently a promo for Total Bellas.
Oh, yeah.
Total Bellas?
It's going to be where Artem proposes to Nikki.
Oh, but if it's not done in a ring and in the middle of WrestleMania, it doesn't count.
You know what? I hope she says no. That's like when I went to that baseball game. I know I've told you.
Why would you say no to that, STD? I mean,
where I.
Yeah, I remember the story now.
Yeah, where like some guy proposed to his girlfriend on like the big street, and me and my friend started the chant. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no.
Aww.
No, don't shove that. I don't care. Here it is. Is Cena gonna win with a roll up?
Oh, 1, 2.
What?
Ah!
That is what wins. Holy shit! I did not expect that.
All right. I can't complain actually.
That's because you can't see it.
Well, that's true. But here. It still makes Umaga a credible threat.
Right.
Because he couldn't get him up. He had to do a roll-up to win.
Right. And then, he does get a high-profile match. He is with, he fights Lashley. And with Donald Trump and Vince McMahon as their corner people.
Well, they have the rematch of Cena and Umaga at the Rumble.
Oh, that's right, they do.
And that match is great.
But you know what? But you know what? I remember thinking if he didn't win it here, he's not going to win it if he gets another match.
Right.
That doesn't sound like a good match.
Oh no, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, because there was like a stipulation or something. It
Yeah,
might
I
have
think
been
it
no
was a last
DQ or
man
something.
standing match.
Something like that.
Ah,
So,
that sounds a little more interesting.
all right, everyone. So we're about to head out here in just a few minutes. We're wrapping things up, and hopefully this won't be as long as the fucking Ric Flair celebration from Starrcade 1983, which was like
Aw.
15 minutes long, it felt like.
It was. Uh-oh, Umaga's
Oh.
mad.
Like he's shades of Shawn Michaels right here.
Umaga mad. Umaga want food.
Oh, wait, is he going to give a rematch
Is
now?
it coming back?
That's it. Cena's like, all right, let's fight again. What? Why did you come back?
John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. I remember when people were singing that, I was like, John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks.
Oh, man.
All right, so like I said, it definitely wasn't the worst thing of the summer series from what I can recall. Is or will be or whatever, because we don't know when this is airing. But no, overall, I enjoyed myself. This was very, very fun. What'd you guys think overall of the event? Then we'll get final plugs and head out.
I would give it, actually, I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, this was actually a rather enjoyable show. There wasn't one match that I didn't hate. It was actually just a good, quick show and nothing really to complain about.
All right, very, very good. Let's get into some final plugs. Fro, why don't you start things off?
Sure, you can find me on another digitals. We are on everything.
Okay, very good. As for me, That's Podcasting on Instagram and Twitter, and that's podcasting.com. As I mentioned, we are doing Christmas in July. All I Want for Christmas is You, the Mariah Carey animated movie. So,
No, I have never seen that. I need to see it.
Go ahead.
On Amazon Prime, in case people are looking to watch it before the actual review. Only on Amazon Prime. It's the only place it is, from what I can tell. All right, I guess, and that's pretty much it for me. Bill, take us out of here.
All right. You can follow me on Twitter at House of Bill. Follow me on Instagram at Mr. Billiam85. And check out That Wrestling Show with myself and Fro each and every Friday. Thank you guys for tuning in for this watch along in the summer series, and we will talk to you all again next time.